enjoy.
All right, so let's start off with the intro. It opens up to the scene of Balin's school, his apprentice, Shin Hati. They're going to go free Lady Morgan Elsbeth. For anyone who watched Mandalorian, we know that there's a purpose for her, right? She knows Thrawn, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, Ahsoka met her. Was it season 1 or season 2?
It was season 2.
Okay.
So they fought. She captured her, right? So
Right.
this is kind of picking up, seemingly like just after that, right? And I'm not surprised that someone freed her.
No, of course not. She's obviously important. What I was surprised by is there was a whole opening part where they're like, "Oh, they're Jedi," and I just assumed they were Inquisitors, but I got more Sith vibes from them.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Balin Skull was a Jedi, right?
Yeah.
So, I think that they're trying to make it so that they're not Sith, but they're kind of like them, right?
Yeah.
That's why they got the orange and red lightsaber going. But yeah, that kind of kicks things off on a good note. We get to see some lightsaber action, which is always good. Kind of pulling from that Darth Vader, Rogue One style, just slaughtering people.
Yeah, and brutally violent too. They didn't spare any violence.
Yeah, and I think that the pace of this episode starts off okay, right? It's gets us in things, but it's slow, right? After that, all that action, it kind of slows down a little bit. We see Ahsoka going to search for the star map. She gets it, and then we get some more action, right? We get now to see her lightsabers taking out some droids.
That scene was also pretty cinematic. It reminded me of the Clone Wars when she leaves Anakin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely tell that Dave Filoni directed this episode. He had a lot to do with the whole Ahsoka series, writing it, creating it. A lot of that cinematography is just stuff from the Clone Wars. Very cool stuff, even Rebels. But yeah, so Ahsoka and Huang, they obtain the star map, which I think is so cool that we get to see live action Huang.
Yeah.
I loved him in the Clone Wars when you get to see how they build the lightsabers. So yeah, it's really cool to see that. The star map is important, right? It's going to lead potentially to Thrawn.
And Ezra.
Yeah, and Ezra Bridger. So, Ahsoka can't open that star map though, so she's looking. We get to see Harrison Dula. It's just like a Rebel. I feel like this is just live action Rebels, to be honest. That's pretty much
the vibes I'm getting too. I mean, she's even got her code name Fulcrum.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just I would say for the most part they cast it pretty well, right? With all the characters. We get to see how she advised her, go check on Sabine, right? And Sabine, to me, is one of the best casted characters. It's just okay, that's live action Sabine,
totally.
Right there.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. One thing I think I also appreciated that I noted when we watched is I think they actually fixed the length of Ahsoka's mantras.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember in Mando they were pretty short, and I think they actually made them longer in the Ahsoka series, which
definitely
looks a lot better in my opinion.
Yeah,
anyway,
they probably had a lot of hate going on. Why are they so short? That they were like, okay, let's make them the right length.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she brings that to Sabine. You can tell there's that tension, between Sabine and Ahsoka. So that's kind of cool to see, everything that's kind of unfolded since. I thought it was really cool to see Lothal live action. You get to see the monument they did, and it's exactly like Rebels imagery, and it's just I love it.
And all the cute LOTH-CATS.
Yeah.
I hope we see the Loth Wolves too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll see a lot of stuff that's been, thrown out through Clone Wars and Rebels and other cameos going.
Totally. And Ryder Azadi.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actor who's the real actor. And big surprise, he just kind of looks like the guy.
Yeah. I think that's really cool the way that they've done that in a lot of series. Like even think of
Bo-Katan.
Yeah, exactly. Like Bo-Katan,
Yeah.
voice actor, also looks like that in real life, and so then she can play herself. Like, it's very cool to see them do that, right? So it's like, you know, a lot of these voice actors are like, okay, we're gonna make you look like them, and then all of a sudden, like years later, they're like, hey, you're gonna star as that character, and they're probably like stoked to do it.
That's totally Dave Filoni.
Yeah, so I feel like Dave Filoni would be a great friend to have. Like,
Right.
He would just be like, he'd be looking out for you. He'd be like, hey, you know, I used you in the, you know, that one episode for like 10 minutes. Hey, I'm going to bring you back in this live action series.
Yeah, and now you'll be in it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, which is super cool. But yeah, so Sabine, you know, she's able to, well, first she steals the star map, kind of.
Borrows it.
Yeah, borrows it. She's able to unlock it, but just as she unlocks it, you know, we got Shin who has to crash the party, right? So the droids come and try to take it. All of a sudden now Shin and Sabine are facing off, which is really cool. We get a lot of lightsabers throughout this whole first episode, which I think was, you know, who doesn't like that? No. I also liked how it ended with, not that I liked it, but I liked how, you know, Sabine actually gets hurt. You know, it's not like, oh, she's just like super powerful, has, you know, practiced lightsaber skills and how long, and all of a sudden she can take on Shin. No, she gets her, you know,
lightsaber through the torso.
Yeah, she gets her butt kicked. It's interesting too because, you know, it's like in this, I would have thought that would have killed her. You know, most lightsabers to the chest kills them. Think about Qui-Gon and other characters, right? So,
but it wasn't the chest; it was the torso. So maybe that's why she survived.
Better spot to get hit. But yeah, and that's kind of where that first episode kind of leaves you hanging, which is a good thing that they have 2 episodes out, you know, as a premiere, because then we get to pick right up after that. Which no one would really want to wait to find out if Sabine's alive or not, right?
No.
And I didn't think they would kill her off that fast.
Definitely not.
But yeah, so then, you know, now it's kind of like playing a detective game. They got to figure out what's, you know, now that the star map's gone, they got to figure out where they're going to go. How they're going to find Thrawn and Elsbeth. So, you know, Sabine goes, well, first Ahsoka finds the assassin droid that's still at Sabine's place. Makes quick work. And then Sabine's able to kind of check out, okay, where's this from? They're able to trace it back to that shipyard in Corellia, which has tons of Empire sympathizers, you know.
No, they've turned their allegiances, remember? Yeah,
well, that's what they want you to think. But, you know, and then it's so, you know, they're playing that, and all of a sudden they're like, I love how the one droid just like rats them out. He's like, what are you talking about? There's, you know, you had an HK unit here like the other week, and they're like, shut up. So, you know, I thought that was really cool, kind of the shipyard setting. It's cool to see, you know, that, there's still a lot of Empire followers, and, you know, kind of seeing that different perspective that, you know, it's not just, you know, there's people out there that like the Empire, like everyday
like that
people.
One guy, long live the Empire. Right,
all of them just die for it, which, okay.
Yeah.
But you know, they discover that massive hyperdrive that's going to be built for or used for Elsbeth's ship. That's when they need to go put a tracking device on it. So Hera and Chopper, which I love Chopper, super cool, live action. They go attach that tracking device to it to make sure that, you know, they're going to figure out where they went.
Yep.
And then we get Ahsoka dueling with Marok, who, you know, that was a sweet battle. I didn't think that either of them were going to die, obviously, so, you know, they both escape. You know, surprise, surprise.
Love the lightsaber spinning.
Yeah, so, you know, old Inquisitor lightsabers, so, you know, even though the Inquisitors they should be gone, they're here, right? You know? So now there's still some that are kicking around, so... you know, and I really thought the ending of the episode kind of like tied those first 2 neatly in a bow. I wouldn't say completely, but, you know, it starts kind of with that good solid foundation. You know, we got Sabine getting ready to become Ahsoka's apprentice again, so they're kind of having that bond again.
Getting her armor all ready.
Yeah.
Cutting her hair.
Yeah. So, you know, I found it to be a nice end to those first 2 episodes. Okay, so things that we're looking forward to come. I'm obviously going to be looking forward to more cameos.
Totally.
I want to see what characters are going to come out, what surprises come out.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Ezra in live action and how they cast him. I haven't really looked anything up, so I don't know much. But
yeah, I mean, we get that little hologram. We get that little hologram of him, right? That Sabine's watching. So,
but it's so small, you can't tell.
Yeah, you can't really see, and so it'll be cool to see him, and what other characters are going to come out.
Totally.
More Rebels characters. We're gonna get any ones from the older trilogies. Like, are we gonna get Luke back in this? Are we gonna get, I already know that there's supposed to be Hayden Christensen. How is he gonna be in this? Flashbacks. What's going on? So, I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Me too. Okay, so in terms of a rating, I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. I really thought that both episodes kind of set the stage for what's to come. I thought the casting was great. I really appreciated also, like, at the beginning how there was, like, the scrolling text to catch you up in case you hadn't watched some of the other series. I thought, like I said, the casting was done well. I thought the story moved along well. And, yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what is going to come next. So, 8 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I thought great opening first 2 episodes. Slower pace, which helped, I think, get into the story. Fight scenes were great. Lots of lightsabers, especially in that first episode. And I just loved seeing, basically Rebels become live action.
Totally.
So, 7.5 out of 10.
And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of these episodes of Ahsoka? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.